Ladies and gentlemen on Facebook land, how are you doing today? This is Brian Gregg, and you most likely know exactly why I'm here. And it's because I'm here to exercise free speech. But I have a message, and I have a few things that I want to talk about. So, obviously, at the beginning here, we have nobody, but I made sure that the video absolutely is going to be able to be rewatchable. Please, in the comments, if you can hear this and my audio quality sucks because I have a fan going in the background, Rami, I see you. If my audio quality sucks, please tell me now so I can make adjustments, because I want to be able to keep this video online, and I don't want the only conversation that it starts to be how terrible the audio quality is by people who want to distract from the subject matter that I'm actually talking about. So, Rami, when you hear that, let me know. If I sound good, give me the thumbs up. If I sound bad, tell me let's do it over. But, all right, so I want to start out by talking about a few things today. I labeled this video free speech for a reason. Because free speech is, audio is fine, just that high, powerful BG accent, 100%. I wouldn't expect it any different. That's how you get people to listen. It's by the inflection in your voice. So, I want to start today, and I want to talk about free speech. And I don't know how long this is going to be, but it's probably going to be a lot longer than you think it's going to be if you're watching this right now live. If it's pre-recorded, obviously you know exactly how long it was. But free speech is very important. And it's not only important to me, and it's not only important to so many people, but it's important to society in general. Now, I do want to specify that I did make this video public. I want everyone, including the people on my own personal troll list, to be able to watch this video, but I want you to mostly understand that this video, at least how it's going to start, at least the beginning of the initial message that I'm trying to get out there, is to people, conservative people, or people who do not think along the turn on the TV and follow exactly what they say to a T line of thinking. This video applies to you. If you've seen someone post a comment that you agree with, and then you watch this person get bullied and told they weren't allowed to have that comment, this video is for you. If you've watched someone say something publicly and then be shamed for it on the television, and you agree with what that person said, this video is for you. And the reason why I'm making this video, and I've entitled it Free Speech, is simple, okay? Currently in the United States of America, through what we have going on, and I'm going to be making, listen, I have a much better video coming that's going to be well edited. It's going to have, I'm going to be able to do things and make edits and do different things that's going to make it a bit more entertaining than this video, because this is literally just a from my brain to your ears type of situation. But there's a war going on right now. And it's not the race war that the news is pushing, although that is in fact going on. Do not sleep. But this is a culture war. And this culture war is founded by a principle called cultural Marxism. And to sum up what that means, it's basically when a society is programmed to shun unpopular opinions and opinions that go against the opinions that they're trying to program into you. And they use insults. They use slander. They use derogatory comments. They use deflection. They belittle you. They attack you personally. Bullies. This is what a culture war is. This is what fighting a culture war looks like. Now I'm going to take you back a few days, okay? We're going to address the last few days here. We're going to address what's going on my Facebook page, okay? Because quite frankly, to be honest with you, if you're watching from the outside and you are unaware of these things, I have no idea what you think, but if you're a rational person, then I know you see what's going on, and you probably are wondering, Brian, how do you put up with this? Why are you doing this? And how do you put up with these people disrespecting you and insulting you and belittling you, bringing in your fiance to a political conversation, okay? Insulting my family, talking about my mother, who has passed away, by the way, committed suicide, and her crack cocaine addiction, and deciding to use that for a political leverage point. This is what has been going on within my world that you've probably seen. And the odds are, if you're here watching this video, then you've been following the posts that I've made, and you're well aware of what's going on. The reason, and I want to first of all point out something that, the general group of trolls that you're seeing, and I'm referring to them as trolls, but unfortunately, I can't act like they're bots, because these are all people that I know in real life. I've met every single one of them, and to mixed reviews. For the most part, though, good. For the most part, good in person, except for one problem. You see, I met all these people at our former employer, okay? And our former employer was a home security company. It was actually one of the greatest times in my life I've made. Rami, I see the Hulk Hogan voice impression. First of all, I just want to take a break. Everybody, I appreciate you commenting. Keep commenting. I'm going to get to it in a second, but you guys all fucking know I have ADHD. If you break my train of thought too hard, you're never going to get it back, So feel free to comment. I'm going to address them as I'm going. I'll address them in a break, but while I'm on a tangent, I'm going to run with it, brother. But you need to understand that where I used to work at Alliance Security, this was the greatest job I've ever had, in my life, because it changed me as a person. It helped me grow. It instilled values in me that I still have to this day. To this day, values that I keep as part of my being, because they were nothing but values that are going to help me be successful. This is a place that taught me how to be successful, and in a lot of ways helped me become the person I am today. I'm outside of, political whatever. It just, as a human being, helped me mature into the person that I am today. But the thing that happened in this company, see, I had 2 stints with this company, okay? The problem that happened is when people talk about culture, which, if you remember, I was telling you there's a culture war in this country. Culture is the interactions and the acceptable behaviors within a group of people, okay? That's what we're going to label culture as. And I'm pretty sure we can all agree with that. We established a culture within this employer where someone like myself was consistently disrespected, belittled, trivialized, treated in a way that I would never condition an environment to treat someone. And I want to be very clear. It didn't come from the owner of the company. It didn't come from top management. It came from middle management down. Okay? And it led to a culture where everybody felt entitled to disrespect me. They felt entitled to personally attack me, to belittle me, to create situations to humiliate me. But through all these things, I still loved my job. and I'm not complaining about it. And I made great friends that I still have to this day. But I quit that job. And in some ways, it was the most empowering thing I've ever done in my life. But in other ways, I'm hurt by it because I had to leave something so much because I allowed the actions of others to affect me. I allowed the actions of others to affect my mental health, okay? And like I said earlier, I'm making this video specifically for conservatives who are wanting to speak their mind, learning, understanding what's going on in the world, waking up at a rapid rate, okay? Because once you see through the bullshit, you can't take a step back and have it block your view anymore. It no longer exists. You lack the ability to be programmed in the same fashion. Once you know what's happening, you can't, what's the word they use? You can't put the rabbit back in the hat or whatever the hell they say. I know there's a great analogy there and I'm not thinking of it. Drop it in the comments if you want. But you can't put the rabbit back in the hat. You can't go back. Once you see it, you realize what's going on. And in that moment, when I went in to my two managers, okay, both of whom were responsible for this bullying culture, okay, and I quit my job and I put in my 2 weeks. I told them exactly how I felt. And that's why it empowered me. It empowered me because I realized that as long as I sat there at that job, I was forced to put up with the bullshit of the bully culture that was established there. And this is long before Trump. This is long before Brian was political, conservative, right-wing Brian. Okay? I was just a normal motherfucker trying to go to work and make a living and provide for myself and my family and better my life. Okay? And I was dealing with this on a consistent basis. And no one stands up to the bullies because that's the tough thing to do. Instead, you join them for social justice points. So let's backtrack here and rewind, okay? So I left this job. Obviously, I went back. I had a second stint there. It was very different. I was very outspoken because I went in with the mentality the second time of, I want this job. I don't need this job. And if you fire me because I'm going to speak my mind, then so be it. And that was the attitude that I had the entire time. I worked my balls off. I was a great employee. I feel like I did my job to a T. But I told everybody how I felt about them every single day. And I did not let people bully me that second time around. Although it still happened. Don't get me wrong, it still happened. And I didn't use the bully word, okay? I haven't used the bully word until today, okay? And I've been bullied my whole life, okay? But I'm calling it out today for a reason, and we're going to get there, okay? But the second time I went back, I was empowered. However, this bully culture had carried over from the first time. And now when you see that I get bullied in these comments, if you're watching this as a rational, reasonable friend of mine, someone who's met me in school, at a past job, through music, through pro wrestling, however we've met, okay, you don't think that you're entitled to bully me. And that's why you don't. And if we have a conversation that we disagree on about politics or anything else, you're going to respect me enough to attack my words and not attack me as a person. You're going to attack my ideas. You're going to attack my mind. You're going to attack my political stance. But you're not going to bring my fiance into it. You're not going to hit a smiley face and a laughing face when someone disrespects my family. Because to be honest with you, when it comes to culture, the biggest bullies aren't even the ones who are doing the bullying. The biggest bullies are the cheerleaders, the ones who empower the bullies, the ones who laugh at the bullies, the ones who give the bullies a reason to operate. Okay? Now I'm going to explain something to you real quick. Back when I was 10 years old, my mother killed herself, okay? Crack addict, prostitute. Let's be real, 100%. No bullshit about me. I'm an open fucking book. Ask me any fucking question you want, I'm going to tell you the damn truth. Every single fucking time, okay? My mother killed herself when I was 10 years old. I'm a very emotional person, but I learned how to deal with my emotions different than everybody else. Because while most people live their lives still to this day with the ability to call their mother and cry on their shoulder, I don't have that. And trust me, I'm not looking for your fucking sympathy. Pack it up and send it to somebody else. I'm doing damn good without it. Thank you very much. But the bottom line is this. I've learned how to deal with people giving me bullshit. I've learned how to deal with people putting me down. Because I've had a lifetime of bullying, and I never had someone to run to hold me and tell me everything was going to be okay. I had to learn that on my own. I never had someone to tell me that when I get bullied, okay, that they're wrong for bullying me and I shouldn't feel guilty. I had to figure that part on my own. But what I'm here to tell you right now, as a conservative who wants to speak your mind, I don't want what's happened on my page to affect you. Because these are rude and ignorant people. People who, if you were in public and someone insulted your significant other, these are people that would openly laugh in the face of your significant other and still feel like they had a moral high ground. These are people who encourage bullying but want to judge you for having a thought. They can't tell you why your thought's wrong. They won't dare try. They couldn't even imagine a scenario where they began to tell you why what you bring to the table is not correct. Why you are not on your shit. You know why? Because they're not on their shit. And they want to disagree with you just because. See, I have something that I want everyone to realize. And this is a very simple point, okay? I don't talk about something publicly unless I know my shit. And if I talk about something publicly, I'm confident enough to debate it with anyone. And that's why I put it up there publicly. And see, I'm not in the business, despite what you leftist trolls think, you fucking bully bastards, okay? And I'm going to call you names. I don't like calling people names, but when I'm defending myself, and you know what? I even apologize. I won't call you names. I'm going to call you fucking bullies. That's as aggressive as you're going to get from me, okay? Because when these fucking bullies, okay, try to tell you not to say something, try to tell you that you're incorrect, try to give you a personal attack, try to sit on a moral high ground, you know what they don't do? They don't think for themselves. They don't think for themselves. You know, listen, everything that I post on social media, I am literally begging for someone to come along. Please, I'm going to get on my knees right now. Please, please, please show me that I'm wrong. Show me on any given day that I'm wrong. I'm going to be the first one to admit it. I'm going to be the first one to say, you got me. You got me. Do it right now. Do it right now. Tell me, show me why I'm wrong, post a screenshot, do anything, and watch me try to lie my way out of it. It's not going to happen. You know why? Because I'm fucking accountable for my actions. Something that you fucking bullies can't be. So understand this. Understand this, okay? And I'm saying this again to conservative people who might want to put their views out there, might want to feel that their views on race, or their views on communism, or their views on immigration, or their views on whatever it might be, whatever topic that is taboo to you, fucking talk about it. talk about it. You know why? Because if you're not brainwashed, and they are, all they're going to do is expose themselves. See, Friday night, people might have thought I was frustrated, but to be honest with you, I actually believe that I handled myself as good, if not better, than I ever have in any other public discussion I've ever done before. And it's because I was diligent, other than, of course, when I was defending myself, which I do apologize. I'm human, okay? I defend myself. When I get attacked, yes, I'm going to defend myself sometimes, okay? I'm going to defend myself. You can only call me a fucking moron for so long before I turn around and I tell the world that you're a fucking bully. And possibly even a piece of shit bully, okay? But do not be afraid to put your view out there. I'm not telling you to engage in bullies. I'm not telling you to engage in the cultural Marxism. And if they want to sit there and judge you and tell you why you're not allowed to have these opinions, don't engage them. If they want to ask you personally and they want to sit down face to face and have a conversation where you can literally walk them through the steps that you took to learn what you learned, to lead you to that conclusion, I would advise that route. But I wouldn't advise you to sit there and to battle these trolls, because it's a slippery slope. And I get that. And most of the people who have reached out to me over the past few days have said these exact words: Brian, I don't know how you do it, and I don't know why you do it. This is why. The title of this video: free speech. Because if I allow any fucking bully to tell me what I can or cannot say, I quit my job for nothing. I got bullied all these years for nothing. The bullies win. Because that's what the bullies want you to do. The bullies want you to stop. How do you stand up to bullies, especially when the bullies are telling you that you're not allowed to have a certain opinion? You stand up by fucking screaming that opinion at the top of your lungs. And you know what? If I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Do it. Fucking do it. It's a challenge. Prove me wrong. Go back and look through the last 4 fucking years of my posts. Prove me wrong. Other than when the corona... You want to hear me be wrong? You want to hear me admit that I'm wrong? Ready for this? Coronavirus comes out, okay? I take the non-conservative approach of, hey, let's be very cautious about this coronavirus because we don't fucking understand what this is, okay? Reasonable, okay? We need to shut down the economy. Agreed. We don't understand how this spreads, how to treat it, what it's doing. We don't know how fast it's going to spread. We don't know who's affected and who's not affected, okay? So we need to do something. Now those questions have been answered, okay? I've even seen a video of someone was sharing where apparently, and again, I haven't even gone to look into it because quite frankly, at this point, there are bigger issues to me. But that the CDC said that asymptomatic people who are not currently showing symptoms are not able to spread the disease. That's the end of the discussion. I never said I wanted the world to shut down and I wanted to sit inside for the rest of our lives and be afraid of coronavirus. I said we need to buy some fucking time till we learn what's going on. But if we know, the only reason it was scary is because people were spreading it with no symptoms, we thought. But now we know that's not happening. Now we know what's happening. So you know what we do now? We open the economy. No fucking masks, no nothing, okay? So there's me. So I've proven to you that my opinion can be changed and that my mind can be changed. But it just takes the right piece of information. I'm not going to tell you that I believe something that I know for a fact is untrue because I've already done the research. If I'm online telling you that something's not true and I'm telling you I'm going to prove it to you, I've done the research. Okay? Do you think I want to look stupid? Do you think I want to come online and make a fucking stupid bullshit fucking claim okay, that I fucking know something and I have this radical fucking opinion that's gonna get people all fucking over, up in arms, and attack me and not be on my shit? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? When I fucking talk, when I have something to say, and I'm telling you I know my shit, and I'll back it up, promise me that I will. I promise you that I will. Now again, see, I just slipped up on my words. So when the liberals watch this, everything I just said is going to be negated because I slipped up on a sentence. And then it's going to be one person posting it and then 15 people with thumbs up and laughing faces because I slipped up on my words right there. That's the liberal game plan. That's the liberal playbook. That's the bully playbook. And right now, in 2020, in today's political climate, the left pushes intolerance of, I believe the word I'm looking for is dissent. Probably not even the right word, but intolerance of a differing opinion, okay? Intolerance of independent thought. Intolerance of any opinion other than the official opinion. 1984 much? Hey, George Orwell. You know, it's really interesting because on Facebook, people call me a bully. People say that I force my opinions down people's throats. Last time I checked, I don't make a Facebook post and tag people and tell them that they need to come in and believe and not question what I'm telling them. No one says that. I've never told anyone to believe me without question. I mean, again, when I tell you something, do your research. Because I've done mine. I don't make up statistics. I don't make up facts. Okay? I don't make shit up. Okay? Trust me, if you think I do, fucking find it. Find it and bring it to my attention. If it's made up, I'll say, yeah, it's fucking made up. If it's not made up, I'll tell you exactly where I fucking got it. And guess what? Every single time, it's not going to be fucking made up. Okay? Conservatives out there, man, you need to understand something. And I'm saying this right now, and I want you to understand that I'm not upset. I promise you, if you could take my heart rate, I'm not upset, okay? For those who don't understand what this is, I don't even want to say it because it's going to ruin it a little bit, but I'm a passionate person, okay? From the world that most of my existence is tied in with, which is pro wrestling. This is what we call cutting a promo, okay? And to be more specific, this is a shoot promo, okay? Because I'm shooting from the heart. I'm being real, and I'm being 100% honest, and I'm not pulling any punches, okay? But I'm a passionate person. I'm not upset. No one's pissed me off. Certainly no one's made me look foolish. That's funny, though. That's funny. But people need to understand something. And in the words of Macho Man Randy Savage, cream rises to the top, brother. Cup of coffee in the big time. Woo, yeah. Because cream does rise to the top. And bullshit, right down the fucking John. So, if you know your shit, okay, and you know for a fact what you're talking about, please go ahead and post it. Please go ahead and share it. But at the end of the day, I also want you to understand something else. If you're not comfortable doing it, by all means, don't listen to me, and don't by any means, start becoming vocal and pissing off your family and causing problems in your life. That's not what I'm telling you to do at all. But what I am telling you to do is get sharp enough with your shit, like I am, where when people come at you, they're forced to turn into bullies and attack you personally because there's simply nothing that they can say that can tear down the solid foundation of the argument and the information that you've brought to the table. Get your shit together. Stand up for free speech. Even if you do it silently. Even if you want to do it silently. Even if it's posting a meme here. Hitting like on that conservative post. Hitting a heart on that conservative post. On that reality post. Because this isn't a conservative viewpoint. This is fucking reality, okay? I'm talking about fucking reality versus a fucking synthetic world that has been programmed into you your entire lives. It's called ideological subversion. Yuri Bezmenov defected from the Soviet communists and came here to America and taught us about it. He tried to teach the American people so we would be aware of it and it wouldn't happen to us, and instead, the government has decided to use it against us. And before you say, well, the government used it against us, but you're a Republican, you're saying it's only the liberals? Guess what? Before 2016, they were each just as bad. They were each just as bad. Conservatives disagree with me. Tell me why I'm wrong. Educate me. I'm begging for you to educate me. Ronald Reagan was okay. Bush Sr. was terrible. Bush Jr. was terrible. And that's just presidents, okay? As far as locally goes, I might be completely wrong. I wasn't educated enough in local politics, but I was educated in corruption. I did watch these motherfuckers on the news try to convince me that it's possible for 2 airplanes to fly into 2 buildings, yet 3 come down. Building 7. Google it. DuckDuckGo it. Don't use Google. DuckDuckGo.com. Somebody type it in the comments for me. Type in DuckDuckGo.com so everyone watching this has access to the link. Okay? Use your common sense, man. Use your common sense. And then 2 buildings hit 3 planes, and for the next 4 years, we heard about the official 9/11 report and how anyone who disagrees with the official 9/11 report is an absolutely conspiracy theory nut job tinfoil hat wearing goof moron. Because that's what they do to discredit people. Hey, fun fact, why don't you look where the word conspiracy theory comes from? Spoiler alert, it was created by the CIA as part of a propaganda campaign to discredit anyone who questioned the official story of JFK's assassination. Do your research. Trump released the JFK documents. I'm not here to lie to you people. I have nothing to fucking gain from lying to you people, okay? People are shouting at me. Do you understand this? People are harassing me. They're bringing my family into it. They feel entitled because they fucking disagree with me to disrespect people who aren't even involved. This is the derangement that has people going on. But then you ask these same deranged people, right, who want to disrespect me and disrespect my family. You ask them why they hate Donald Trump. You know what he say? You know what they say? Because he said something mean. See, we're going to go back to our original story here. I use the word ideological subversion. Let's break it down for a second, okay? Ideological. That means your ideals, your morals, your moral compass, your sense of what's right and what's wrong. And subversion, that means to trick, to go around, or to circumnavigate. So basically, ideological subversion, the basis of it, is to manipulate your view of what's right and what's wrong. I'm going to use a quick example. 1 month ago, there were people all over Facebook who were encouraging the destruction of private property and businesses because a piece of shit crooked cop was seen on top of George Floyd and he was screaming, "I can't breathe." And there was a video posted and it triggered everyone's emotions. Okay? Now, why did I state it like that? I don't know if he was murdered. We can assume he was. We can assume the piece of shit cop didn't help. I'm not justifying the way the piece of shit cop treated the man. Hell, for all we know, it was a fucking inside job. Crazier shit has fucking happened. It's what's called a false flag, people. It is a fake event that is orchestrated by intelligence agencies to manipulate the popular opinion of the masses. Okay? But these people, these same people, justify the destruction of burning businesses on behalf of Black Lives Matter, killing black police officers and destroying black-owned businesses. Because they were so convinced that what they were doing was right, that what they were doing was just. He's a police officer, so he's evil. Guess what, people? I got a spoiler alert for you, okay? If you see a white person and a black person having a disagreement, the odds are the reason it's happening is not fucking racism. Okay? The reason it's happening is because two people were having a disagreement. Might it be racism? Possibly. Is it safe to assume that's the primary cause of what's going on? Probably not. Probably not. Because you know why? Because nobody cares about racism that much. Nobody cares about it. Nobody's willing to kill people over racism. It's not a real thing. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe people are willing to murder people over racism. I don't think anyone wakes up in the morning and says, what can I do to harm people who look differently than me today? It doesn't happen. I've never done it. I wasn't raised that way. I was raised poor. I came from poverty, okay? I came from a poor mother. I came from a poor father. I believe behind me that's my fiance in the house now. The same one that was disrespected by the fucking bullies, okay? But, oh, see, and it's funny because I'm noticing the people leaving right now because I'm saying unpopular opinions. Good, good. I'm glad that you feel that way. I'm glad that me telling you that I don't think racism is the world's biggest problem right now, I think the media telling everyone that racism is the world's biggest problem right now is the world's biggest problem right now. I think the media implying and inferring and convincing you, very person watching this, to shun and to embarrass anyone who has a different opinion than you is the biggest problem right now. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Don't attack my character. And if you can't prove me wrong, get to stepping and hit the bricks. You can come up and try. You can come up and try to hit a fastball off of fucking Nolan Ryan. But if you don't do it and you strike out, hit the fucking bricks and give the next person a shot. Don't get your fucking tail twisted in a fucking knot, okay? Don't get your feelings hurt and turn it into a fucking battle where you have to personally attack my family. Hit the fucking road and move on. Walk the fuck out of the situation and leave. And give someone who knows more about what the fuck they're talking about than you do a better shot at convincing me that I'm wrong. So in closing, I'm going to wrap this video up, but I want you to understand there's going to be many more videos than this. This is, not only is this not even the first, this is like the alpha build of me sending videos. This is just simply me addressing what's just recently happened. Because I want to bring a light to the fucking bullying and the bullying culture that exists. And I want to teach you a lesson that if you allow people to silence you and you allow people to successfully bully you, they will feel entitled to do it to you throughout your entire life. And I'm going to tell you this, man, I ain't having that. I ain't having that. Not one fucking bit. Okay? Now, real quick, just to go through the comments, because I said I would, because I respect everybody enough to do that. Rami, hero. I believe you're saying here, but if you call me a hero, that's phenomenal. Audio is just fine. High Jai Power, BG accent, absolutely. Rusty Khaleesi, cool shirt. You know it, brother. This guy knows, man. He knows Hulkamania for a cure, brother. Not only meet, but exceed your expectations. A line that Jay, my good friend over there, has said Far more times than I actually have. At least the way he says it. I said it quite often myself. Truth be told. But he says it with a much funnier accent than I do, so I'll let him make a video and make that post about that. And then Rami, of course, can we get this Hulk Hogan voice impression? Brother, this is my real voice, man. I've been talking like BG the whole time, brother. But in closing, I appreciate, oh, there's more? Holy crap. Look at this. Like the shirt. There we go. Yeah, thought that to myself yesterday. I remember when I worked there, you couldn't stand me until the Mountain Dew Baja Blast happened. What opinion do you want proved wrong? Fucking name one, Justin Baradas. First of all, opinions and factual things are two different things. So go ahead and find an opinion of mine and then come and prove me wrong. Once the election is done, so will the virus. Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. They're doing nothing more than making sure, okay, that this lasts till November because they want mail-in ballots, because they've already been busted by Project Veritas, proving that not only do they bust illegal aliens, okay, I refuse to call people undocumented citizens because there's that culture war again. There's that war on my vocabulary. You know what other word I refuse to use? African American. I will never call a black person an African American ever again in my life. You know why? Because one, I don't know where you fucking came from, okay? And two, in my eyes, you're not less than an American. You're a full American. You're not an African American. There's no subcontext over your name that makes you less than an American. That's a bullshit politically correct term that actually backfired. You are an American, and if you have black skin, then by all means, we'll call it what it is, because what the fuck do you want to say? You don't call a tall person vertically enhanced. You call them fucking tall, okay? It is what it is. There's nothing wrong with being black. There's nothing wrong with being white. There's nothing wrong with being any race or any skin color. The only thing there's something wrong with is being a fucking pedophile, a liar, and a bully. Next comment, Rami. It's funny when they jump in and just argue. They won't say that they believe in their stance. They just argue your stance, even though they have no proof, and they have no proven statistics or any legitimate information. Ain't that the fucking truth? Operation Mockingbird. Look that one up. Look that one up. My boy Ryan Pitts is onto something. Look that one up. Operation Mockingbird. And guess what? I got a fun fact for you. When you look it up, you're probably going to go to Wikipedia, okay? Because that's what, for some reason, people who don't understand things do. And in Wikipedia, it says it is a declassified former program that's no longer in effect, okay? But just like MK Ultra, if you want to look up another amazing CIA program, just like Operation Mockingbird, okay? There is no such thing as a former CIA objective. Just like there is no such thing as a former CIA agent. When you leave a three-letter intelligence organization, you take with it all the intelligence that you ever had from that organization. There is no Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones memory eraser where they could just erase your memory and you go back to living your life. No. They let you go be a civilian, but you have to carry out your part in the plan forever. That's why three-letter intelligence organizations are absolutely and inherently corrupt. And I'll stand by that one as well. Attacking your character is just easier, I guess. Yes, it absolutely is. Path of least resistance. With me, 100%. Ashley, hey dude, I know she's not talking about the Nickelodeon show featuring Mr. Ernst and his son Buddy from my childhood. She's saying, hey, what's up, Ashley? She does a lot of live streams too. Go check her out. She's got a great page. She runs a great business, spiritual healing. She's a beast. I highly encourage everyone to find Ashley in the comments here. Ascension NXT, go check her out. She does a lot of live streams. She's also trying to speak to people. She's trying to get people to spiritually waken up. I'm trying to get people to mentally waken up. And she's doing the same thing. We're on the same page. Okay? So in closing, I'm going to get off. 45 minutes, not too bad, of just me talking. Okay? Just me talking. And just so you know, a couple of you fucking bullies, every time I would try to share information, I would share information in a very easy to digest YouTube video that was made by someone who has the same knowledge and information that I do, but is much better with his video editing skills and his knowledge of video editing software. And they've taken the entire knowledge that I'm trying to spread, and they've put it in a small video clip of either 5 or 15 minutes, and I decide to share that. But the fucking bullies ask me, I'm not going to watch that. Tell me in your own words. You know why they want to say that? Because they feel entitled to disrespect me. They feel entitled to disrespect me. And they won't disrespect the person on the video who has all the evidence and facts behind them to back up what they're saying 100%. No. They're going to say to me, they're going to disrespect me, they're going to insult my character. Because that's, like was said in the comments, the path of least resistance. Jay Richter. Proud of you, Brian. Seems like you've matured and found a passion. Awesome, brother. Thank you, bud. I don't know what the fuck you mean by matured. I appreciate it, I guess. I guess I'll tell you the same thing. I'll take it as not a backhanded compliment. It is what it is. BG, what's your thoughts on people that don't pay their child support? I am not here to judge absolutely anyone on their own personal business. That is the job of who? The fucking bullies. So on that one, people, I'm out. Protect your free speech. Respect mine. I welcome everyone to come onto my page. Come onto my page and talk to me. Whenever I post something, if I post a video, watch the fucking video and tell me why it's not true. Because I watched the video and I wasn't able to figure out why it's not true. I wasn't able to disprove the video. So watch the video and tell me why it's not true. Because that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to come on and make a joke about me. I don't want you to come on and fucking, tell me why my hair looks stupid. I don't want you to tell me why here you go posting YouTube videos again. I want you to tell me why the information contained in the video is invalid. That's what I want you to do. And if you share a video with me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start doing these live streams. And I'm going to start watching your videos. And I'm going to make videos where I show you the videos that get shared with me. And I pause. And I break down point by point. Individual sentence, if necessary, by individual sentence. Because that's how you attack an argument. You attack the words. See this? The words that are coming out of my mouth. If I had video editing skills, I would be posting like the bouncing ball, like sing along with Mickey as the words come out of my mouth. Attack these. Don't attack this. Because if you attack me and you're a bully, you know what I assume about you? That you're not confident enough to stand up on your own. And I also think that you feel it's easier to jump to someone else's defense who got into a debate that they can't handle because they weren't up to par, okay? You're talking about a minor league baseball player stepping up to try to hit off Roger Clemens in his prime. It's not gonna fucking happen. But if the guy hits a home run, if anyone comes up to me and hits a home run, I'm gonna be the first one to walk up to him and shake their hand and say, well done, you got me, great point. Can't argue that. But don't be a fucking bully. Don't be a fucking bully. And don't let people bully you because of your fucking viewpoints. Don't let people bully you. If I'm scrolling through Facebook and you post something and I see other people bully you, I'm going to come in and defend you. If you're in a conversation that you can't handle, maybe I'll add my 2 cents. But if I see someone flagrantly bullying you, if you drop knowledge and they drop disrespect, tag me. Tag me. And see, Jay Richter, one last thing before we get out. I like the topic of speaking up. Very important, which is why I spoke up on that post of yours the other night when the guy went after your fiance. That's why we are fucking here. That's why we're here right now. Because I'm at the point now where people feel entitled to disrespect my family because they weren't confident enough in their own abilities when they stepped up to the plate and they failed to prove their point. So instead of admitting they're wrong, they attack people not involved. Not cool in my book. Not cool to me. And I'm not going to stand for it. It's that simple. So I'm going to end this video. Probably not going to go through the comments. I might. But I can tell you this, I'm not going to sit there and argue with you in the comments like I usually do. You know why? Because I said my fucking piece. In my own words. If I looked a little cross-eyed, that's because that's what happens when you get real close to a camera and you look at something close to your eyes. But everybody, have a good day. One last thing I want to get off. I want to say before I get off, okay? You know, if anyone's excuse or anyone's reasoning for bashing me or disrespecting me has to do with that I push hateful and divisive topics, that's code word for you don't go along with the program and I'm here to silence you. Okay? If you believe that Donald Trump or conservative values are hateful and divisive, you believe that because the evil people programming you have misinformed you. Conservative values are freedom for every American citizen across the board. Equality for every American citizen across the board. Law and order to be held to an equal standard between every American citizen across the board. But more importantly than that, the right to have an opinion just like I do today and just like I know you do. So, nobody pushes hatred except the left. And the bullies, the fucking bullies, nobody's pushing division except for the people who want to push division. It's not me. I'm not pushing division. I'm trying to give everyone the same knowledge that I have because I believe we're all good people. And if we all shared the same knowledge that I have, we would all have the same views. But the only reason that we differ is because I have information that you don't have. It's that simple. Liberals, leftists, quit bullying people. Attack people's arguments. Stand on principles. Have a platform. Have a platform that makes sense. Stand up to my words. Stand up to my ideas. Why don't you do that? Stand up to a concept. Attack my concepts. Attack my ideas. I welcome it because I'm prepared to defend them. And I'm prepared to defend this country. And I'm prepared to defend our freedom. And I can promise you two things. I am not suicidal, and I will not kill myself, and I will not hang myself, and I will not just go away, okay? I will not mysteriously disappear, and I will certainly not quit talking either. So with that being said, I'm out. Have a great night. Leave a comment. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. In the words of Brandon Tatum, a very intelligent man. Larry Elder, very intelligent man. Want me to drop some quick knowledge, people to go research before we get off while you're leaving this video? Go look on YouTube for Brandon Tatum. Go look on YouTube for Larry Elder. Go look on YouTube for Thomas Sowell. Go look on YouTube for Jesse Lee Peterson. That's a hot take. You want a hot take that even I'm a little bit, that even wows me sometimes. I'm like, whoa, that's a little much. But he's not fucking crazy. And he's entitled to his opinion. Go look these people up. Go engage in fucking research and stop believing the popular fucking opinion, because it's the popular opinion for a reason. Because nobody who believes it chose to believe it. It was fed to them. Find me one hardcore conservative that abandoned being a conservative and is now a hardcore far-left liberal. They don't exist. Far-left liberals exist because of indoctrination only. You can only grow from that and become a conservative. That's why you read left to right. That's why you learn from left to right. I'm out. Free speech, baby. Don't ever give it up, because you know your boy won't. Peace.